Tennessee, a name that rolls off the tongue like a melody, as familiar as an old song on the radio. The name conjures music, Nashville's neon glow, the deep, soulful notes of Memphis blues, sweet tea sipped on a porch as the sun sets, and the endless rolling hills that stretch across the countryside. It's a place where every corner seems to hum with life, laughter, and the promise of a good story. But beneath all that comfort and charm, there's another Tennessee, one that lives in the shadows, in whispered legends, and in the restless spirits that seem to linger just out of sight. This is the side you won't find in travel brochures. Ghost stories born from heartbreak and tragedy, mysteries that drift through the misty hollers and echo in the empty fields. Here, the past isn't just remembered, it's alive, woven into the land and air, shaping every step you take and every story you hear. These aren't just tales to spook children around a campfire. They're echoes of real lives, real struggles, and the hopes and fears of generations who called this place home. To truly know Tennessee, you have to look at both the light and the dark, the sunshine and the shadows, the joy and the sorrow. So, let's take a detour, past the postcard views and the tourist stops, into the places where the music fades, the air grows thick, and the whispers begin to rise from the ground itself. We'll walk the silent halls of a notorious prison, where echoes of the past still linger in the cold stone walls, stand at the mouth of a haunted cave, where legends say the earth itself holds secrets too old to name, and listen for the stories that refuse to die, carried on the wind and hidden in the static of an old radio. This isn't about cheap thrills or jump scares, it's about respect for the stories, the people, and the memories that shape this state into what it is today. Every beautiful landscape has a flip side, a history that's sometimes unsettling, sometimes heartbreaking, but always worth remembering. For all our modern comforts, we're still part of a much stranger older story, one that began long before us and will continue long after. So grab your coat, we're heading off the beaten path into Tennessee's shadows, where every step is a journey into the unknown. The real adventure begins not in the city lights, but in the quiet, haunted places that hold the state's deepest secrets, waiting for those brave enough to listen. It's time to see the other Tennessee, the one that lives just beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered. Are you ready? Let's begin. The shadows are waiting, and so are the stories that have been longing to be told. Turn the page with me. The stories are calling, and our journey into Tennessee's hidden heart starts now. Our journey begins in Adams, Tennessee, a small, unassuming town with a chilling secret. This quiet place is home to one of America's most enduring ghost stories, the infamous Bell Witch. In the early 1800s, the Bell family found themselves at the center of a terrifying ordeal. They were tormented by a mysterious entity known as Kate, whose presence would change their lives forever. It began innocently enough, strange knocks and unexplained scratches echoing through the night. But soon, the haunting escalated to disembodied voices, violent slaps, and chilling predictions that left the family in fear. The spirit seemed to focus its wrath on John Bell and his young daughter Betsy, tormenting them relentlessly. Some say the supernatural attacks eventually drove John Bell to his grave. News of the Bell Witch spread quickly, turning the Bell family's nightmare into a national sensation. Curious crowds flocked to Adams, and the legend has fueled 2 centuries of eerie folklore. Today, the Bell Witch Cave remains, a dark, damp place shrouded in mystery, said to be haunted by Kate herself. The cave draws thrill-seekers and skeptics alike. Visitors report hearing ghostly whispers, feeling sudden cold spots, and experiencing electronics that mysteriously fail deep inside the cave. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, standing at the cave's mouth, you can't help but feel the weight of the story pressing in around you. The legend of the Bell Witch has seeped into the land itself, becoming a mystery that refuses to die, and a story that continues to haunt Adams. The cave isn't just a tourist stop, it's a monument to fear, curiosity, and the enduring power of a good ghost story that still captivates visitors today. Some questions never get answered, and some mysteries are destined to linger in the shadows. In Adams, the past is always close, woven into every field, every old house, and every whispered tale. And the Bell Witch, they say, is never far away, her presence felt by those brave enough to seek her out. The question remains, would you dare to visit and face the legend for yourself. Prisons hold more than people. They hold despair. Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, built by inmates in the mountains, was the end of the line. For over a century, it housed Tennessee's most dangerous criminals, including James Earl Ray. The prison's history is written in blood, riots, escapes, and relentless misery. Now abandoned, its stone walls echo with the past, slamming doors, distant voices, and shadows in the halls. Visitors walk through solitary cells, feeling the weight of suffering absorbed by the walls. Some report ghostly voices and unexplained chills. Brushy Mountain isn't just haunted by spirits, it's haunted by history. To visit is to confront the cost of justice and the scars it leaves behind. The mountains are beautiful, but their shadows run deep, and some stories never leave. Next, the Orpheum Theater in Memphis, a palace of dreams and perhaps of ghosts. Its most famous spirit is Mary, a young girl said to have died outside in the 1920s. She's seen in seat C5, giggling, flickering lights, and playing harmless pranks. Other apparitions wander the ornate halls, shadowy figures, whispers, and sudden chills. Paranormal investigators have captured voices and unexplained phenomena, but the Orpheum's ghosts aren't frightening. They're part of the theater's magic. They linger for love of the stage, the music, the escape. When the curtain rises, you might not be alone in your seat. Here, the past and present perform together. The show, it seems, never really ends. Deep in the Smokies lies Elkmont, a ghost town of memories, not violence. Once a lively logging camp and summer retreat, it faded as the national park took over. Cabins were abandoned, laughter replaced by silence and the slow reclaiming forest. Today, you can wander Daisy Town, peer into empty cabins, and feel time standing still. The National Park Service preserves a few buildings, but most are left to decay. Elkmont is hauntingly beautiful, a meditation on memory and impermanence. The forest swallows what we leave behind, but echoes of joy and loss remain. It's a place where the past lingers in the air, and every creek tells a story. No tragedy, just the slow, inevitable march of time. Here, even silence has a voice. And the woods remember everything. If you're inspired to visit these places, remember, each step you take is within someone else's story, a living chapter that began long before you arrived and will continue long after you leave. These sites are more than attractions, they're chapters of real lives and memories, shaped by generations who called these hills and hollows home. Respect is key. Stay on marked paths, avoid disturbing fragile ruins or delicate wildflowers, and always leave everything as you found it, so others can experience the same wonder. The best explorers leave no trace, honoring the stories rather than taking from them. Let your presence be gentle, so the land remains unchanged by your visit. Obey signs and boundaries. Trespassing disrespects both history and locals. Remember, some places are sacred or private, and their protection is part of their story. Support sites that welcome visitors, buy tickets, take guided tours, and contribute to the preservation of these stories for future generations. Responsible travel is about empathy, understanding that your adventure happens in someone else's home, and your actions shape their memories too. Be quiet, be mindful, and always ask permission before photographing people or private property. A moment's courtesy can build bridges of respect. By walking softly, you become part of the tradition, not its destruction. Your care ensures these places endure for those who follow. The real treasure is the story, not a souvenir. Take memories, leave only footprints, and let the land's spirit remain undisturbed. Honor the legends, and they'll live on, carried forward by every respectful visitor who listens and learns. The best stories are earned through respect, patience, and a willingness to listen to the land and its people. And when you walk softly, the shadows will welcome you back, time and again, as a friend to the story. We've only begun to explore Tennessee's hidden stories, haunted caves, grim prisons, lost towns, and enchanted theaters. For every tale told, 100 more wait in the hills and hollers. The search for the strange and authentic is never-ending. It's about turning down unknown roads, listening to locals, and feeling history come alive. There's still magic and mystery in the world, if you know where to look. If you crave these journeys, come along for the ride. Your support keeps the stories coming and the adventure alive. Let's keep exploring, together. The road goes on, and the next story is just around the bend. See you in the shadows.